Hello Dave is brought to you ad-free by my supporters on Patreon. Become a Patreon yourself and get your name listed as a supporter at the end of every video by following the link in the video description.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Hello Dave with Down to Earth Astronomy. It is Monday and it's time to have a look at what's been going on in Elite and what is going to happen over the next couple of days. Now, first of all, in the latest iteration of the patch which we got on Wednesday last week, they changed the FSS scanner, the old advanced discovery scanners. They were changed to just a single module first, but now they've been changed again to be a module that is always fitted. That means you no longer need to actually fit a discovery scanner. It will just permanently be in your ship, much like the discovery scanner, not the data link scanner. That's the name of it. It's the data link scanner. That means the only module you now have to fit is the detailed surface scanner. And that kind of makes sense that you would, to me at least, that you would put the tools on the ship that would allow you to explore the systems, or basically find the planets in a system. But if you want more detail, you will need to fit a dedicated exploration module. So I kind of think that's cool. I think it's a fair way to go. And it frees up an extra internal slot, making ships like the Diamondback Explorer now even more viable. One of the issues with the Diamondback Explorer for long-range exploration trips is the lack of internal compartments. There's always something you would have to skip on, I think. But now when you don't have to fit that discovery scanner anymore, it's going to be a much more viable ship. Of course, it still have the issues with the small fuel scoop. So if you can live with scooping fuel for a longer time, then the Diamondback is going to be a good ship. But now that we're talking about ships, I did a quick recap of the 2 new ships that are going to come sometimes next week. Now, I'm not sure when, maybe Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, maybe some other day, whenever Frontier feels like it. I don't feel last time I had an event plan and everything for Tuesday because we were sure that was when the patch was going to drop. Turned out it was Wednesday, and I think everybody else was equally confused as well as me. So I'm not going to guess on when this is going to come out, but I'll guess sometimes tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, something like that probably. And you'll be sure that I'll be covering the new ships, having a look at them in game. And interesting thing here, the Phantom. After I did that video, I've been looking a little bit more into it, and it seems like the Phantom could actually be a competitor to the Asp Explorer. It has really good jump characteristics, and it might actually be able to out-jump an Asp Explorer. And with a decent internal loadout, I could see that the Crate Phantom could potentially be a new king of medium exploration ships. Again, we have to remember that this is beta, and there are still stuff that can be changed, balancing passes. So I don't know. This could, of course, be changed, but as it looks right now, it could potentially be that. We'll have to go and test that out, which I'll be sure to do once these things hit the beta servers. The Mamba, on the other hand, the other ship that was added, I still think it's a little weird ship. I can see why. I mean, it's some people make the argument that it's because they want more variance in the selection of ships. So if you want a fast mobile combat ship, you can have various choices. You don't always have to go for the Fer-de-Lance. You can now go create Fer-de-Lance or Mamba, depending on your preference. That can both be like the looks of the ship, or the feel of the ship, or field of view, or whatever that's important to you. So, but I still hope that Frontier will launch a new ship that's more focused towards mining, because mining has a shut up, phone. Hold on. Sorry about that. Anyway, as I was saying, I really hope that Frontier would add some more mining-focused ships, because we are now in a situation, and this is something that I did a video where I did a quick overview of the new mining equipment, and I think that a lot of people, I think, is misinterpreting with the new mining equipment, is they looking at it as a replacement to the existing mining tools. I don't see it like that. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think what's going to happen is that the new mining tool is going to be a extension of the current mining tool. We will still have to bring the old mining lasers, and we will still prospect in much the same way as we did before. But the difference is, before, when you were flying through a belt trying to find a good rock to mine, what you would look at, what I would look at when I was mining was, okay, which rocks is not rotating that fast, because those are easier to mine. But that was really just the only thing I could do to try and filter out, decide if I have 2 rocks equal distance from me, which to go for. I would go for the one that spins the slowest, or the one that was the roundest, because those are the ones that are easiest to mine and doesn't kill your limpets. But now with the new pulse wave scanner, we have another way to filter out the asteroids. So if I now have 2 asteroids equal distance from me, and I scan them with a pulse wave, if one of them shines up bright and yellow and the other one doesn't, I would now go for the one that's bright and yellow. So as I see it, as I see the new meta, and of course we are still in beta and all this stuff can change, but as I see the mining meta is going to be, we need to have still our mining lasers, and we'll be firing away on the pulse wave scanner, and then we'll go from rock to rock, and we'll kind of use the pulse wave information to try and guide us towards the more the more profitable, the rocks that has a higher chance of having these extra deposits, because these deposits do give a lot of materials. You have to remember that a fragment that you get off from a deposit has a lot higher metal content than a normal fragment you just shoot off with a mining laser. So one fragment is not equal anymore. I mean, just because you get a fragment with a mining laser, it will probably have less percentage of a material. So let's say you're mining painite, and you get a fragment off, and that has, let's say, 10% painite. If you shoot one off, there's a chance that could maybe get, 20% painite. So they're a lot more valuable. So going for those rocks that has these new deposits will just be an addition to what we would do normally. And it's a way to help us filter out. And it's also important to stress that the color of the asteroid you get with the pulse wave scanner has no effect on which metals are in the rock. So if you get painite or indite, they are equally chanced. Or the chance is the same whether the rock is not bright and yellow, or if it is bright and yellow. So as I see the mining meta is going to be, if it stays the way it is right now, is we will bring mining lasers. We'll probably bring 1 or 2 mining lasers, and we'll be flying through the belt, firing off the pulse wave scanner, trying to help that guide us towards the rocks that has a chance of having deposits. And once we then find a rock that has some decent materials, we'll mine it the same way as we did before, and then we'll go and we'll take care of all the deposits afterwards, giving us a little bit extra out of that. And also with the addition of the new hotspots, you're going to be able to focus a lot more on a specific material, meaning that yes, a lot of people noticed or mentioned in the comment section under my overview video that, oh, this is going to be extremely slow. And you're absolutely right. You're going to be collecting materials a lot slower now, but the materials you're going to collect is going to be a lot more focused on the higher value materials. For instance, I was testing this out. I think I was doing the round table where I did it in my cutter, and I was flying and I was mining for 2 hours, and in those 2 hours I managed to collect, I think, 180 something tons, which is really not a lot for 2 hours of mining, but over 80 of those, so almost half of that was painite, because I was on a painite hotspot. That means that yes, you will be collecting less materials. It will take longer for you for each material to be collected, but you will get more of the high-paying stuff. So in the end, I think it's gonna make more sense to me, at least. And I'm not sure how profitable it's gonna be. I really hope the Frontier is gonna do a balancing pass on this, because it still feels like mining is very, very underwhelming. In those 2 hours, I did it in the cutter. I managed to collect 6.35 million for 2 hours, which is really, really underwhelming when you have a very expensive 200 mil plus mining ship, fully engineered, kitted out for mining. But my point is that since we now need, I think if this stays the way it is, we're going to need less cargo holds. So this is just another addition to this whole mediumification of the game that I've been talking so much about, where it seems like Frontier is dragging the game away from being you always will have to fly the big ships over to more focus on the medium ships. And I definitely see this being a thing now, especially now that we have that more maneuverability is going to be important in mining, so you can easily move around the asteroids to get to those deposits and align yourself up for the perfect shot on whatever it is you're shooting at on the rock. So I think a Python is going to be a good choice. I'm probably going to test the Anaconda as well, just because, well, if you want more cargo, But I'll have to see how quickly you can fill up the cargo hold on a Python. I'd expect it's going to be a lot quicker than on than you would on a cutter. Well, you would be able to collect the same amount of materials quicker in a Python than in a cutter now, because it's so much quicker and more maneuverable, which is going to be a very, very important thing in mining. But again, this is all going to be something that Frontier will have to try and balance out, which I hope they will, because I still feel like mining is a little underwhelming when it comes to the payout. I would really like to see this. I mean, I'm not expecting that they're going to buff it up to like 100 millions per hour when mining, but I would really like to see this get up in the 10 to 15 mil per hour area. The 3 that I were able to get per hour in my cutter was a little underwhelming, I think. So I would like to really see that get a huge buff, so we get up those 10, 15 mil per hour. Because I have to remember that with this new patch, something that haven't been covered much, but because of the new mission server, all missions, like they implement this dedicated mission server, all missions get a 10% increase in payout. And missions are already the most, like the highest paying thing you can do in the game. That's just going to increase the gap between what you make doing missions and what you make killing pirates or mining or trading or exploring. There's just such a huge gap. I mean, I think if you don't include missions, then some of the highest paying things you could do, you might be able to do like 15, if you're really lucky, 20 millions per hour doing exploration, I think. And then if you look at missions, we can push up close to, let's say, 100 mil per hour. So now with those 10% extra, they're just increasing that gap, and I would really like to see them try to close that, because I think that maybe not all aspects of the game should be equally paying, but they should at least be in the same ballpark, and not have one specific area of the game pay a factor of 10 more than everything else. So I would like to see, and in mining's case, we're looking at a factor of what, 50, 30, 50, something like that, a lot. But anyway, I really hope that they're going to do a balancing pass on mining, and while they're at it, bounty hunting could use a pass too. Oh yeah, I want to mention though, there's a lot of people who said, rest sites are gone, and yes, they are removed in the beta, or not removed, they are not spawning in the beta, and it is a bug, and as far as I know, the normal rest sites, as they've always been, will be in the patch when this thing goes live. It's just a bug that has not been fixed yet. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Of course, as I said, next week we're going to get the new mining chips, and I'll be covering it, so make sure to tune into the live stream whenever that happens. Otherwise, I'm going to have my my usual live stream on Tuesday. If the patch has dropped, that means of course tomorrow, and it's going to be 8 o'clock in-game time, because daylight saving has changed, so now it's 8 o'clock in-game time. And if the new ships has been dropped by that on the beta, we'll have a look at those. If not, I might be trying to do something else. I'll figure that out tomorrow. But anyway, thanks a lot for joining, guys. And remember to get a huge thank you to all you guys who are supporting me on Patreon. It's because of you guys that I can keep doing this, can keep upgrading my equipment, and can keep giving you better and better looking and sounding videos. So thanks a lot for that. If you like this video, give it a like down below, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, I will see you guys in space.